All right, so this is our final game for the Purple Room between Dillard and North Carolina Central University. In the face-off position for Dillard, we have Polly, and in the face-off position for North Carolina Central, we have Kennedy. Now, Dillard won the coin toss, so you all will choose first from these categories. Something in common, Black History Pioneers, James Madison, and Let's Go Kenya. On your choice, Polly.
Something in common, please.
Here we go. A rikishi tries to force his opponent out of the dojo in what professional sport in Japan? Polly.
Sumo wrestling?
That's correct, sumo wrestling. In math, it's the addition of a sequence of numbers, while in law, it's a closing argument. What's the shared word?
Oh, closing argument is a sum.
Answer, please.
Summation.
That's correct. You figured it out. What SUM word is an adjective for something luxuriously fine or lavish?
Come on.
Pass. Answer, teams. That's
Pass.
Sumptuous. 10 points on that bonus, but you're in control, Polly.
Something in common.
Of the three main levels of Latin honors, which cum laude translates to with highest praise?
Kentucky
Polly?
State 290, Shaw 285. Wow.
Summa, that's correct. Sorry, tech check one time. Okay, what SUM word completes Henry Stanley's famously understated greeting? Dr. Livingstone, I blank.
Submit.
That's presume.
Okay.
Thunderwood is another name for the poisonous version of what woody shrub whose urushiol causes a rash in humans?
Pass.
That's sumac. Poisonous sumac, so no points on that bonus, but you're still in control, Polly.
Finish out something in common.
All right. In Catholicism, what word spelled with SUM refers to the taking of the body of Jesus' mother up into heaven? Kennedy. No answer.
Submit.
Polly.
Submission.
No, it's assumption. Assumption. We were looking for assumption there. You're still in control. New category.
Black History Pioneers.
Okay, here we go. Prince Hall, Fannie Lou Hamer, Dorothy Height. Who was the president of the National Council of Negro Women for over 40 years? Polly.
Hamer.
No, that's not correct. Can you take it, Kennedy?
Height.
Yes, that's Dorothy Height.
Good job, Ken.
Thanks in part to Fannie Lou Hamer and the M Freedom Democratic Party, Black voter registration surged in 1964 in what state?
Mississippi.
That's correct. When Prince Hall died in 1907, he was still serving as Grand Master in the Freemasonry he founded in what city on New England's Charles River?
Is it Baltimore?
Baltimore.
I think it's Baltimore.
Answer?
Baltimore.
No, it's Boston. It's Boston. So no points on that one, but you're in control.
Pioneers.
Pioneers. Umoja, Nia, and Imani are three of the principles celebrated in what year's end holiday created in 1966 by Professor Maulana Karenga? Kennedy?
Kwanzaa.
That's correct. Here's your bonus.
Good job.
Points apiece. In 1972, which African-American woman said she would bring U.S. together as she campaigned on the slogan, Unbought and Unbossed?
Chisholm.
That's correct. Julian Bond, Benjamin Mays, John Russwurm. Who helped found SNCC in the 1960s? Southern Poverty Law Center in the 1970s.
Team Mrs. Mays.
I go with it.
Team?
It's Bond.
Mays.
It's Bond there, so no points on that part, but you're in control.
Pioneers.
Pioneers to finish it. Updated 9 times since its original 1947 publication, From Slavery to Freedom, is whose seminal work on African American history? Polly?
Douglas.
No, that's not correct. Can you take it, Kennedy?
Franklin.
That is correct. It's John Hope Franklin. Here's your bonus. In 1984 and 1988, which Baptist minister was the first Black man to try and become the Democratic Party's nominee for president?
Jackson.
That's correct, Jesse Jackson Sr. For more than 20 years, activist Roy Wilkins helped lead what continuing civil rights organization founded in 1909?
Maybe
Is this the
core.
NAACP?
Oh, go with it. Yeah.
Answer?
NAACP.
That's correct for all 20 on that bonus. Okay. Are we noticing that the points are going the wrong way? Brian?
I don't know. I really don't look at it. I just score it. So,
I think I'm noticing that the points are going the wrong way, which may have been the glitch that they were talking about.
we will have to go through the paper copies to see if the score is correct before we move on to the next round.
Yeah. Teams, have you been noticing that? Has anybody been watching the score? You have that score? Is that correct?
Unless both coaches confirm it, and
Okay,
if they do, we're
because
good.
they have that score. Maybe it is looking incorrect, but it's going the right way. Okay, so if the points feel like everybody's correct, then that's great. We will move on to round 2.
Well, I have one concern. My
Yes.
teammate who's playing the next round, he's having technical difficulties with his computer. Is
I
it
see.
possible for him to use mine, even though my name is still on the StreamYard? Can I change my name
I'm
and
fine
he
with
use?
that since you've already played. Just go ahead and change your name
Okay,
so I don't accidentally call his name
cool.
or your name.
Thank you.
So just change it for me to Jared and we will keep rolling.
All right.
And make sure, Jared, you still buzz with your own phone.
I got you.
Perfect. Okay, in round 2, after round 1, we have North Carolina Central with a score of 70 and Dillard with a score of 30. Moving on to round 2. In the face-off position for Dillard, we now have Jared, and in the face-off for North Carolina Central, we have Jasmine. Let's go ahead and do a buzzer check. Just Jared and Jasmine for me. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. One more time. 3, 2, 1. All right, that's great. Jared, since Dillard is behind, you get the first choice from these 4 categories: broad brushstrokes, eponyms, give it the beans, and musical menagerie.
Broad brushstrokes.
Here we go. Pablo Picasso was suspected, but cleared, of the 1911 theft of what Da Vinci masterpiece, safely guarded in the Louvre since 1914? Jared.
Mona Lisa.
That's correct. Here's your bonus. Mary Cassatt, Maya Lin, Lois Mailou Jones. Which painter used her fame to champion Black artists from Africa and the Caribbean?
Cassatt.
No, that's Jones there.
Oh.
Shepard Fairey, Edward Hopper, Andrew Wyeth. A few patrons in a downtown diner after dark are the subject of whose classic Nighthawks?
Wyatt.
No, that's Hopper. So no points on that bonus there, but you're in control, Jared.
Brushstrokes.
What primary color completes the title of Thomas Gainsborough's famous 1770 portrait, The Blank Boy? Jared?
The Blue Boy.
That's correct. Here's your bonus. 1897's Raising of Lazarus was by which first Black artist to permanently be featured in the White House?
I don't know what you're saying. Degas.
No, that's Tanner, Henry Asawa Tanner. What 2-word term is the artistic style depicting mostly inanimate, commonplace items like fruit and flowers?
Oh my God. Still life.
That's correct for 10 points on that bonus. Choose again, Jared.
Brushstrokes.
Gouache, intaglio, palette. Which is a board or a tablet used by artists to hold and mix colors? Jared.
Palette.
That's correct. Here's your bonus. Expressionists Alma Thomas and Wassily Kandinsky practiced what A style of painting, using color and form, not real-world objects?
Abstract.
That's correct. El Greco was the Greek, having been born on Crete, but painted important works like St. Peter and St. Paul in what other country?
Spain.
That's correct for all 20 there. Keep going, Jared.
Eponyms.
All right. The largest cartilage of the larynx, especially in men, is named whose apple? Jared.
Adams.
That's correct. Here's your bonus for 5 points apiece and 5 points for all three. After biblical patriarch Jacob wrestled with an angel, he took what name, now that of a nation?
Tell me anything.
Answer
Saudi Arabia.
team. No, it's Israel. What
Wow.
Central American country is named after one of Jesus Christ's sobriquets?
Rio Salvador?
El Salvador, we were looking for. Sorry, no points there. A speech of lament or a prophecy of doom is known by the name of which of the Bible's major prophets?
Who?
Answer
Matthew?
team. No, that's Jeremiah. So no points at final part. You're still in control. Eponyms. What 2020 Taylor Swift hit was titled for the button-up sweater that's named after a British general? Jared.
Kashmir?
No, that's not correct. Can you take it, Jasmine?
Oxford.
We were looking for cardigan, a cardigan. So no points there. You're still in control, Jared.
Eponym?
To finish, a CGS unit of electrical charge, a proposed U.S. state, and the mascot for the Philadelphia 76ers are all named after which founding father? Jared.
Jefferson?
No points there. No answer there. Jasmine, can you take it?
Washington.
No, that's Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin. Jared.
Beans?
Give it the beans. A common chili ingredient, what bean variety is named for its shape and color, both similar to a human organ? Jared?
Kidney?
That's correct. Here's your bonus. What painted kind of bean shares its name with a type of horse?
No. Painted. It's fine.
Answer?
Painted.
As pinto. Pinto. The English name of what mashed bean dish of Latin America is misleading, as the beans are only cooked once.
Refried.
That's correct. So the last 10 points there, refried beans. Okay, after round 2, we have North Carolina Central with 70 points and Dillard with 120. Team check-in. All right, if we're okay to continue, I'm going to move Chad into the slot and Iffy into
Sorry, give me 1 second. My audio is being weird.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, we'll wait for you to fix it.
Okay, I'm good. Sorry, y'all.
No worries. Sounds good. Okay. So we have Chad in the face-off position for Dillard and Iffy in the face-off position for North Carolina Central. Chad and Iffy only. Can you do a buzzer check for me on my count? 3, 2, 1. That's good. And one more time. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're ready for round 3. Iffy, because North Carolina Central is behind, you get to pick first from these 4 categories: countries and currencies, endangered, let's go fishing, and nonfiction of the 1980s.
Let's go countries and currencies.
All right. Dinar, rand, rupee, which is the official currency unit of South Africa? Iffy.
Rond?
That's correct. Here's your bonus. Of the 5 nations forming the Nordic Council, the only one to adopt the euro was what easternmost member country?
Nordic. Do y'all know the Nordic Council?
I would say Switzerland.
Answer team?
Finland.
Switzerland.
It was Finland, but I heard Switzerland a bit louder. Got to make sure you give me the same answer, okay? McCall, Quetzal, toucan. Guatemala's currency unit is named for which resplendent green and red bird?
Toucan?
No, we were looking for Quetzals. No points on that bonus, but you're in control, Iffy.
Currencies.
All right. Costa Rica's official currency is what 2-syllable Spanish version of the name Columbus? Chad.
Colombo?
That's not correct. Iffy, can you take it?
Santa?
No, we were looking for Cologne. Cologne. So no points there if you're still in control.
Fish out currencies.
All right. It was about 11 grams of silver when Abraham used it as money in Genesis. Today, what Israeli currency unit is worth about 30 cents? Chad?
Alms?
No, Iffy, can you take it?
Shillings?
It's a shekel. A shekel. All right, so no points there. New category, Iffy.
Endangered.
The biggest endangered species is the Balaenoptera musculus. It's also the biggest animal species, period. What is it? Chad?
Whale.
Prompt?
Blue whale.
That's correct. Here's your bonus for 5 points apiece with a 5-point bonus for all three. Once critically endangered, the California population of what G whale migrates along the coast from Alaska to Mexico?
Giant whale.
It's a gray whale.
Right.
2 answers. The Whale is the alliterative title of what Herman Melville classic about a white whale of what endangered species?
Moby Dick and sperm whale. Moby Dick and sperm whale.
That's right. So you get 10 points there, and you get to pick.
Nonfiction of the 80s.
All right. David Garrow's Bearing the Cross won the 1987 Pulitzer for biography by telling the story of which assassinated civil rights leader? Chad.
Martin Luther King Jr.
That's correct. Here's your bonus. Taylor Branch, County Cullen, James Michener, whose Parting the Waters, America in the King Years, won the 1989 Pulitzer for history.
Cullen.
We were looking for Branch there. Branch's 3 volumes about MLK, Parting the Waters, Pillar of Fire, and At Canaan's Edge all took their titles from what book of the Bible?
Exodus.
That's correct. You got 10 points there and you're in control.
Nonfiction of the 80s.
Angela Davis, Gloria Naylor, Sister Souljah. Women, Race, and Class is by which Marxist professor, once wanted by the FBI? Chad.
Got it. Davis.
That's correct. Here's your bonus for 20, then 10 points. In 1984, which Black feminist published the influential Sister Outsider?
Shakur.
That's not correct, so we'll try again for 10. This self-described lesbian mother poet had a hit 2 years earlier with her semi-autobiographical Zammy, A New Spelling of My Name.
Giovanni.
No, that's Audre Lorde there.
Audre
Pick
Lorde.
again, no, Chad.
Let's do 80s again. Close out.
Right, to finish it out. Under what lowercase pen name did Gloria Watkins write the influential feminist theory from margin to center? Chad.
Bird.
Not correct. Can you take it iffy?
Morrison.
No, we were looking for Bell Hooks. Bell Hooks there, the recently passed feminist. Okay, so after 3 rounds, we have a score of North Carolina Central 80 to Dillard 170. Teams, we're doing okay? All right. We will move on then to the final round, the ultimate challenge. North Carolina Central, since you are down, you get to choose first. Sorry, your head is cut off a little. It's because there's 5 people on the side instead of 4. I apologize about that, Iffy. You get to choose first from 8-letter places, American Battles, Rhymes with Black, and the Addams Families.
Rhymes with Black.
Okay. What word or name that rhymes with black is? The cry of a duck.
Black.
Correct. A deficiency.
Black.
Correct. R&B Shantu's Roberta.
Black.
Correct. An internet workspace platform.
Slack.
Slack.
Correct.
Hate it.
Nordstrom's discount
Rack.
brand.
Rack.
Correct. Mr. Torrance of The Shining.
Jack.
Jack.
Correct. A temporary sewing stitch.
Pass.
Pass.
Pass. Watkins Glen or the Brickyard.
Plaque.
Pass. A shaggy-haired ox.
Pass.
Pass. To cough harshly.
Hack.
Clack.
Correct. A temporary sewing stitch.
Knack.
Pass. Watkins Glen or the Brickyard.
Knack.
Pass. A shaggy-haired ox.
I don't know.
Okay. Very good on that ultimate challenge. You got 7 out of 10. Let's go over the ones you missed. A temporary sewing stitch, that's a tack. A tack. Watkins Glen or the Brickyard, racetrack. Racetrack. I think it's horse racing. A shaggy-haired ox, that's a yak. A yak. Okay, but you've taken the lead with 255 points. bring back. All right, so now it's Dillard's turn to compete in the ultimate challenge. Dillard, I believe you need 4 correct answers to win the game. What will you choose?
We'll do 8-letter places.
8-letter places. What country, state, city, or place in the world spelled with just 8 letters is Mitch McConnell's state?
Kentucky.
Correct. The city home to Lambeau Field?
Green Bay.
Correct. The capital of Paraguay?
Pass.
Pass. Tennessee home to a national lab?
Nashville.
Pass. Rihanna's country of birth?
Barbados.
Correct. Africa's only 8-letter B country?
Botswana.
Correct. The owner of Madeira and the Azores?
Pass.
Pass. Where Archimedes was born?
Pass.
Pass. Tiger Woods' mom's home country?
Cambodia.
Pass. North Dakota's capital?
Same. No. Pass.
Pass. The capital of Paraguay? All right. You got the 4 correct answers that you needed, but let's go quickly over the ones that you missed. The capital of Paraguay, that's Asuncion. Asuncion. Tennessee home to a national lab, that's Oak Ridge, Tennessee. The owner of Madeira and the Azores, that's Portugal.
Portugal.
Where Archimedes was born, there's a city named after it in New York, it's Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Tiger Woods' mom's home country is Thailand. Thailand.
I know.
And North Dakota's capital is Bismarck. Bismarck. North
Yeah,
Dakota.
St. Paul.
So with another very tight score of 255 to 270, Dillard, you have won the purple division.
Good
Congratulations.
game.
Good game, y'all.
Good game.